Here are the two beautiful cards that we are going to be creating in this Plant a Flower card kit. So we are going to be using a lot of fabulous die sets from Pink and Main. So I'm going to show you those, and all of the links to the products as well as discount codes to save on some of your favorite products are also available in the description. Please comment below and like, especially if you have any questions. I would happily answer those for you. Here is everything that you're going to be receiving in this kit. So if you want to purchase the pre-cut kit to make 2 of these cards, the link is also in the description. The really fabulous Pink and Main products that I am using these dies. This is the Plaid Cover Die Set. So I am using both the A and B panels. So this is available as a set, or you can purchase them individually. I am also using the the Mum Dies and the Pansy Dies. So these are beautiful Build a Flower dies. So these are a lot of fun, and I'm going to be using those. And the last fabulous die set that I'm going to be using is this Simple Greetings die set. And this is a fabulous set. You have a lot of really standard sayings that are perfect for everyday card making. Hello there, happy days, sending cheer, just a note, thinking of you, and hi. So I'm going to be using the thinking of you and the sending cheer with my cards today. But those are all of the Pink and Main products that I'm using, as well as this fabulous glitter, which is the Lemonaid Glitter by Pink and Main. So thank you guys again so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how fun and easy this assembly is. You're going to go ahead and start with your card base, and there are 2 card bases included in the kit. Now you can choose to layer the gray one first or the black one, or if you have this die and you have created different colors with these beautiful plaid backgrounds, you can go ahead and layer them either way. I'm just using some of my white craft glue to apply. I am going to put my gray one down first. I'm basically just doing little glue dots. It doesn't need to be a perfect glue line. I do want to let you know when you're cutting these out, these take up, they are like a full A2. So when I cut them out, I had a bigger piece of paper than A2. So I didn't want it to be the exact size and lose some of my border. So just keep that in mind if you've purchased these dies. I made sure my actual paper piece was a little bit larger. Okay, so now I am setting that first one down. Since I'm using wet adhesive, I'm going to just give it a little bit of pressure to make sure that's fully adhered. And then for my finer piece, and this piece is a bit more detailed than the first one. With the first one, I could actually cut out 2 pieces of my cardstock at a time. With this one, I just did 1 at a time, and I used some shims. So basically, I stuck the black cardstock down, then I put the die down, and then I put some extra pieces of paper to add extra pressure around some of the detail points. So I got a nice clean cut when I removed this die. So that's a pretty common practice when you have a more detailed die. There's also other tricks out there like the magic mat, which people really love. So use what works best for you when you cut out your detail dies. Just know that this second die here does require a little extra TLC. Okay, so that's going to be my base. And as I mentioned, this is so beautiful in so many different color combinations. So if you did purchase this die set, make sure you play around, and I'd love for you to share what you've created with it on my Facebook group, which is Demo Donna Design Studio. All right, so I am going to set this aside, and next we are going to build our flower. So I am going to start with the beautiful pansies, and I just did all my curling by using my finger tools. So I am going to set this right here so you can see our pansy here that we are creating. And I am going to start with the 2 larger pieces. So for your pansy, you are gonna cut out 2 larger pieces if you have the die. You are gonna cut out this little fun bow tie and then this little goatee. So those are gonna be the colored. So if you want a yellow pansy, orange pansy, purple pansy, these dies here are going to be cut out in color. And then these 2 are going to be cut out in white. And then obviously whatever you want your little insert piece. I did yellow for my little centerpiece. So those are all of the dies that you're going to be cutting out to make one flower. So again, this cluster here, this group of 4 is going to be your color on your pansy. So I did this really pretty purple, and then these 2 here are going to be white, or if you want to do different color combinations, go for it, but that is how that's separated. One color, second color, or go crazy, mix it match, do whatever you want. But that is what I did, and that seemed to work out well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and soften up this paper. The paper that I used for the purple is because it was the only color that I really loved in purple, but that is a heavier cardstock. So this is like a 100-pound cardstock. So you can obviously use a lighter one, but I like to kind of soften up my paper a little bit. So I am going to be gluing just a little bit of craft glue, and I'm basically kissing these 2 points together, overlapping those and holding those down. So that is step 1 of my pansy. So I've just glued those 2 pieces together, and now you can see the overlapping right there. Next, I'm going to take my white bow tie, and I'm kind of curling that up. And I'm going to take that little purple insert. You can see that there are 2 larger V's. So that's a larger V and then 2 smaller V's. So I'm going to be layering my 2 larger V's on top of each other and my 2 smaller V's. So if you flip it over, it still works. It's a flower, but I do believe the correct way to layer that is by matching the top and the bottoms of the purple and the white. So I'm going to be adding a little adhesive here. There we go. And since that's wet adhesive, you have a few seconds to kind of place that, move it around, get it in position. Now I'm going to let that dry, and we are going to go to our last piece. And again, I'm just going to curl these up, add a little adhesive, and then drop that down. There we go. And now we are going to go ahead and layer these. So I'm going to again add some adhesive here. There we go. Give that a little pressure to let your wet adhesive stick together. And then I'm going to add this piece here. And just layer that right on top. And that is how you create such a beautiful pansy. I absolutely love it. We are going to take our centerpiece here, and it has a flatter piece on top and kind of the little mustache on the bottom. I'm sticking the flatter piece on top, but it probably really doesn't matter. So I picked it up with my fabulous pickup tool, and there you go. There is my gorgeous pansy, and you're going to want to repeat that with your second one. So at the end, you're going to have 2 of your pansies per card. Okay, so next I'm going to let that dry. Give that a second, because I am now going to go in with my glitter. And we are going to use the glitter for 2 things. I am using my Lemonaid Glitter to accent around the center of my pansy, and I'm also using the Lemonaid Glitter to pop up the background of my sending cheer and thinking of you. So we are first going to start with a coffee filter, and I am going to let this sit here and continue to dry as we work on our seines. So this is my sticker paper. So I've cut it out sticky side up, and this is from the Fabulous Die Set with the simple greetings. So they come with the detailed lettering as well as a fabulous outline die. So what you're going to do is remove the backing. This is now sticky side up, and now I'm going to take my sending cheer and I am going to layer that down. There we go. Set my cheer down. Add my S. I found this is a really fun and easy way to use these more detailed dies. And then I'm going to take my pickup tool again. I'm going to grab that little eye and I'm going to set it right there. If you have lost or you don't like tiny, tiny little pieces, you can always use a nice little black pearl or a little black embellishment to go ahead and stick that on. Now I did save my backing because this is adhesive resist. So I'm going to use that to push down my sending cheer. So give that a good push, and if you didn't get all of it, that's fine. You can move this around, but make sure that is nice and pushed down before you add your glitter. So now you have this really fun sticky background, and I'm going to take my Lemonaid. You do get a sample of your Lemonaid in the class kit, so you can go ahead and play with that, and if you love it, you can pick up a nice big jar from Pink and Main. So I'm going to sprinkle that on, use my finger tools, burnish that in. I do like a medium pressure, kind of rub that all around. And I did put lotion on before this, so I'm sure it's going to stick to my fingers, but that's nothing a cleanup brush won't fix. So I'm using my cleanup brush, also by Pink and Main, and scoop that guy up, give it a good little tap. And then I'm going to take my cleanup brush and wipe off any glitter that is not stuck to the adhesive. And I usually do the front and the back just to make sure all of that loose glitter is picked up. And there that is. Now you could also cut out, if you don't want to do this glitter part and you have this die, you can cut out that outline die in a gold or even silver or a bright yellow. Any of the mirror papers are really fun. So I'm going to set that aside. Now the second thing we're going to do with our glitter is we are going to take, I'm using my Quickie Glue Pen. The link to this is also available, and you can scoop this up at Pink and Main as well. I'm going to take my Quickie Glue Pen and I'm going to just do a couple of adhesive dots just to add some fun little glitter accents to the inside of my beautiful pansy. And I am just pouncing little dots here. So there's no real right way, just tap, tap, tap. So there are my little dots. I am going to sprinkle my glitter now. Flip that over, give it a good flick. That's why we wanted to let it dry. If you did this right after you glued it together, you might be flicking your project. So I'm gonna just give this a light little blow over my trash can to remove any extra glitter. And there we go. We've got a really beautiful shimmery accent in our pansy. I am going to clean up my glitter and we are going to assemble our card. Now that I have assembled both of my pansies, I am going to start by centering my sending cheer. I am using my double-sided foam roll, which is fabulous. So I'm going to take a long piece here And I need another piece from my foam roll, so let me go ahead and snip that off using my awesome shears. Oh, a little too long, but that's okay. All right, drop that down. So I'm gonna start by centering, like I said, my seine, and you're gonna wanna do this with both cards because then you know where to lay out your flowers. And there's two different options. I went a little out of bounds with my card, with my flowers here. So I let them go off the edges. So basically I'd be putting this in a larger envelope. But if you want to keep it in the frame, you can absolutely tuck your flowers in and keep it in that A2 size. So I am going to now flip these guys over, add some of that foam adhesive. There we go. Peel the backing off. The easiest way to do this is make sure the adhesive is adhered and then the backing comes off. All right, so I'm gonna take pansy number 1, place it down there. Pansy number 2, place it right up here. Yeah, I'm gonna aim them inward on both of them. And then I'm gonna take my leaves, I'm gonna kind of give them a fold down the middle, kind of pop them up a little bit. And I'm just gonna add a little adhesive and shove them under my pansies. So a little adhesive here, and then I'm gonna place that leaf right there. And I'm gonna kind of tuck that under the sending chair as well. And then a little, there we go, a little adhesive here. There we go. And again, I'm gonna tuck that under as well. And then we are going to add some of our bling. So I just used some sequins for my class because that is what I had at the time. But a really nice addition is the HAI crystalline, the light green and the amber green. So these are really pretty flat back crystals as well. That would be really nice to add to these cards. So I'm just gonna do a drop of glue on each of my leaves and maybe 2 here. And again, I'm gonna use my pickup tool and just simply place some of this really fun, sparkly confetti from my stash. And there we go. That is card number 1. Now for card number 2, you are gonna be doing the exact same thing, and you are just gonna be layering your daisies from largest to smallest and repeat everything else. It is pretty simple to follow, and I keep calling these daisies, but they are the mums. So for the mum card, just repeat largest to smallest, glue those together, and you will have 2 beautiful plant-a-flower cards. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. This kit is available on my Etsy shop, or you can purchase all of these products that I mentioned in the video, mostly from Pink and Maine, and all of the links are below. Make sure you use discount code DEMODONNA to receive an additional 10% off of your order. Thank you so much. Enjoy. Bye-bye.